change moves so quickly. Not that long ago, I put out the intention of moving closer to the city. Growing up regionally, I've always been drawn to Melbourne. It feels like inspired with endless opportunities, networking opportunities, everything opportunities. There's just a lot going on down there. You have to think faster, take more risks, and just in general be out of your comfort zone much more often. And as a country boy who's lived all of his life regionally, in a peaceful, nurturing valley, that way of living, which is much more fast-paced, is actually quite daunting to me. And that, my friends, is why I had to put myself right in the middle of it. So what happened next? I applied for a few apartments, had a few inspections, got accepted, and 2 weeks later, here I am. And just like that, everything is different. Complete independence and so many responsibilities. For me, I would compare this experience to... For me, I would compare this experience to taking flight out of your nest. The years spent learning and being cared for in your nest are finally being tested when you lean out of the unknown and just take the jump. But the truth is, nothing you learnt in that nest can actually prepare you for the intensity of that first jump. Suddenly, there's no time to carefully and slowly learn things. I mean, you've just taken flight. You need to run with it. You need to learn on the job because your life depends on it. And that's what I like to call as conditioning. Life teaches you some really important and hard lessons. Because when you fail, out there, it hurts. Just to give an example, in my hometown, there was parks everywhere. It was really easy to park your car. Maybe not during the weekend, but at least during the week, you would find parks everywhere. It was so easy that I actually found those normal parks hard to get into because I hadn't had any experience with anything more difficult. But city parking, the difficulty doesn't come in parking. The difficulty is actually finding a park. So when you find that one lucky park, no matter how tight it is, you better find a way to get into it. Since getting my Ps, I've gone out of my way not to do a single reverse parallel so far. But the day I moved into the city, my permit park was between 2 cars. It was quite narrow, and I was actually forced to do that reverse parallel as my first park in my new place. 1 week later though, after doing that several times a day, reverse parallels, it's got much more easier, and I've just had to fail until I succeed at that. Once in flight, your values mean everything. Moving out at my own expense has made me have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I've always wanted to make something of myself, and now this new sense of urgency has clarified my goals, where I want to put my time and where I want to grow. Now, I really don't want this to wear off, but there really isn't any time not to take action because only you can go out and get it. Once you're out on your own, it's really you that's accountable for how you spend your time. It's you that can make it happen. It's your choice who you want to become, right? Now, I don't want this to serve as temporary motivation, but rather inspiration to see things as they really are. You only have 24 hours per day to either burn or use towards your happiness. And I just want to be happy. And we only have now to make that decision. Easy way or the right way. That's up to you and me. Now, not to get too intense as I always go overboard with this stuff, but in this next chapter, I'm going after my wildest dreams because I don't have a choice. This next chapter is about change. And it's not that I'm ungrateful for where I'm currently at. In fact, it's quite the opposite. To get onto this next level, I want to break free from everything that's familiar and comfortable. And I guess that's what I built this channel for, so I can reflect and document the process. And also so I can explore ideas and my own experiences with intentional living. So if this inspires you, please join us on our journey. Before we wrap up, I want to share a question that I came up with last night. If you were to die tomorrow, would you choose to live tomorrow the way you live today? I'm not sure if I've heard that before, but I don't know. I came up with it last night and it's a pretty cool question. If your answer's kind of leaning towards no, then I suggest after clicking subscribe and like, you should click off this video and grab a pen and paper and write what you would do differently. What's fascinating is once you've written down your answer to that, it probably has something to do with being on the other side of fear. That's what mine were like anyway. Perhaps the fear of being authentic, the fear of investing in yourself, the fear of failure, or even maybe the fear of success. And believe me, if you were to apply and overcome those fears that you wrote down, that last day would probably be the most freest, most liberating day of your life. So many more videos coming out in the beautiful city of Melbourne. If you want to keep posted with it, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.